Yeah, this will be pretty interesting for the time being here, because we've done the four-way layout a couple times already, but since we are having these issues on Monty's screen, we're gonna have two races probably at different points starting here, because I imagine Monty will try to come back within like the next 5 minutes or so.
Okay, looks like Yume is setting up the next four chain with a bunch of little noodles. I want to try to start calling the individual pieces of combo garbage noodles because they're just really small and it's just easier to say noodles than say rows of garbage.
I couldn't agree with you more there. Shoutouts to Blinzer for that term, by the way. But the noodles seem to do pretty good there, as Yume is going to be finishing that. But Phoenix is going to have a little bit of the lead to begin with.
Yeah, it's so hard to get off to a really a big start compared to anyone else against Lackey 2 because Lackey 2 doesn't raise his stack. But these matchups will be a bit more uniform going forward. You know, there's an X5 chain, X6 looking to follow up. Ooh, X7 from PhoenixRoost. That is safe. And you may getting a good follow up of his own with a 22-second stage. So we are still very tightly contested going into Blame Poochie. Just anything happens in these races, just blame Poochie. It's the easiest, most convenient scapegoat. All right, got an X7 chain from Yume here. Really good, really safe start. Were there enough combos? If Yume drops what he has there, this might help. That should do it. So, not falling too far behind Phoenix with a very nice 17-second stage, but Yume getting pinning. Oh, that was a kill. That was a kill. Never mind. Phoenix lost that one. So yeah, Yume definitely doing what he needed to do to make sure that one worked. And Phoenix is in a very tough hole immediately. Let's see what Phoenix is able to follow up with on Poochie as Yume gets a very textbook Wiggler stage for 15 seconds. That's really what you want to see. You want to see under 20 seconds for all these stages if you can help it, but the later foes will make that a bit on the difficult side, to say the least. Yume working on an X7 chain, just very safe. Like I noticed more of Yume's chains just focusing on bigger stuff, focusing on safer stuff. Because the number one thing you want to do above all others is make sure that your opponent's stack is topped off with garbage. Because if you can't do that, then you're gonna be trying to make up garbage against an opponent that is clearing their own stuff. So it's going to be an absolute struggle. And yeah, you may actually starting to put on a bit of a clinic with this 14-second Blarg pulling ahead of Phoenix quite a bit. That 25 will not hurt Phoenix too much though, but may need some luck on his side in order to make this competitive. And just an overall mix of combos and chains is generally recommended to get through these stages optimally. The combos like Phoenix's 6 combo there, matching more than 3 at a time, and then in Phoenix you can see nice little lag chain there, just making chains faster than the normal sequence of clearing would allow. So you gotta use both of those things to really do well in this mode. And now Yume's at a point with the Lunchfish and Raphael where they both tend to clear things so fast that you need to send more garbage. Yume is starting to find that one out the hard way. I don't know if Yume had enough combos with this first chain to make that work. Ooh. Raphael continuing to find various ways to clear on the garbage and finally scrolling up to the top of the screen. Just no time for that. So about 5.5 minutes, Yume will be making his way into the Cave of Wickedness, where all good runs go to die. Phoenix finally getting through Froggy in a minute 27. Yume looks to be taking some extra time to set up these first chains, which is definitely not a bad tactic. X5 chain, at least 3, maybe 4 noodles. That should be enough if... Hookbill continued to flatten the stack, but still had a match on the garbage right there to transform a little bit of it, but near immediate death. Because Hookbill was running out of his stop timer there. Stop time you get generally from making combos and chains, and it literally stops the natural upward rising of the stack from time to time. So this run is a general big exercise in manipulating stop time, trying to minimize it for your opponent as much as possible. Alright. Yume getting in a nice little stack of things here. A bit too much for Piranha Plant to flatten, and that's about 7 minutes going into the last 2 stages of Kamek and Bowser. Definitely the 2 biggest trolls in this run by a great margin, because they tend to be super aggressive with raising their stack, leading you to think that you might be able to get away with a little bit less garbage, and sometimes you can, but a lot of times you can't, depending on how fast you're able to make the chain. So these last 2 stages tend to go on for quite a long time. And yeah, just a bit too high of a stack for Kamek there. Yume is on an amazing pace going into Bowser, kind of leaving Phoenix a bit in the dust here, as Phoenix continues to get these 40, 50 second, minute long stages. It's just not quite enough to deal with what Yume has been doing here. My goodness. Definitely quite the performance. But Bowser, again, can be a bit of an issue. X4 chain. Ooh, Bowser. Not sure how much further time he's going to have to get on that garbage, but Bowser is starting to chain. So Bowser's going to be living quite a bit longer as he does. Phoenix is going to need a Bowser troll of epic proportions to get out of this, but it's not happening. 37 seconds, and YumeTsubasa manages to pull out one of the faster runs of this tournament to date. 8:47. Definitely the kind of run Yume would be looking for in a race situation. Definitely the kind of race time that you would want to see. The more often you're able to get that time, the more often you will probably win a race, even at the highest levels. So Yume should be proud of that one, as he takes the 1-0 lead in this best of 3 matchup against Phoenix. Phoenix still working on Raphael at the moment, perhaps showing perhaps showing that this matchup is just a bit lopsided, as perhaps these players' best times in this category would demonstrate. For instance, YumeTsubasa's best time is 8:18. Next to PhoenixRoost, who's still hovering in the 13-minute range. So on paper, there is definitely a mismatch there, and Yume took full advantage. Good stuff there. Phoenix finally getting through Raphael, about 10.5 minutes. I'm really hard pressed to think of what Phoenix can do in the next race, especially in this little time here, while he goes through the rest of this run and ponders what other options there might be. I am noticing at this point that Phoenix is having a little more trouble incorporating combos into their chains. And considering we're getting at the speed where you're a bit more pressured to find chains. Chains may be a bit harder to come by in this area of the game. The combos just become more and more paramount. But 47-second hook bill, that might be the pick-me-up. Phoenix needs to gradually build the confidence to step up to Yume in the second race.
Yeah, and I'll interject too just for a second. Thanks for Cards for keeping up with this, since I'm dealing with a lot of things behind the scenes right now. But it looks like Monty has been dealing with thunderstorms, and that's why his internet's been going out from time to time. But we got a solution for the time being. It looks like he will just be trying to play it out now. So we're going to see that race shortly. If his feed does cut off, we're going to keep going, and then we'll be able to edit it on the VODs later on, and we'll try to keep you guys updated live. So this next race between them two should be starting pretty shortly now.
All right, and the Monty WiredWicky race number 1 is underway. Let's see how these two react to the troll that is Lucky 2. Definitely a lot of noodles with Monty's first chain. Was the follow-up good enough? 18 seconds and 19 from WiredWicky. This is getting off to the good start that this is expected to be. Remember for the bottom pair in Group D in the round robin stage, this is for control of that group. The winner will remain undefeated and have a rather large stranglehold on the quote playoff spot. I call it the playoff spot, even though it's a final bracket. But I like thinking of it more in terms of playoffs.
Yeah, but, definitely something you could easily compare to. Two stage part. Usually the last part is like the go-to round. Everything counts there. But yeah, as Cards mentioned, this is for all the marbles, at least for this time being. And even though there are still 2 more rounds afterwards, these guys will have some even harder matches coming up too. So you need your wins when you can get them, because they definitely will not come free at the end.
Okay, Monty's first chain on Fuji was a bit lacking, and perhaps the follow-up continued a little bit too long for his liking, but he's getting 23 seconds out of this, and WiredWicky going absolutely jumbo with his chain. 17 seconds, pulling this matchup back even. And it's going to, I get the feeling this is going to be a very, very back and forth race throughout. Phoenix, meanwhile, on Bowser, just getting a close, I think, to finishing that one up. Oh, but Bowser just a bit too, just a bit too untopped off. Gonna need a little bit more there. And the Wiggler's posing a bit of a problem for our competitors in WiredWicky with 26. Getting back to a bit of that lead here. Congrats to PhoenixRoost on finishing that first race with a time of 15:28. Maybe at the end there's a little bit of a confidence boost that you can carry forward into the next race. Okay, the first change from Monty was a bit short, but the next follow-up should take care of Froggy eventually just fine. 27 seconds, not bad. That'd still be a good average for a race for sure. Ooh, WiredWicky messing up his initial setup on Blarg, but this 6 chain, oh, no noodles, no extra rows of combo garbage on top of it, so Blarg's gonna be living just a little bit longer, and Wiki is working with a bit of a low stack, so building up the necessary garbage to fill Blarg from here is going to be a bit of a trouble. He realizes that and raises the stack up. Just spamming a bunch of little combos. Getting whatever intermediate size chains he can. 46 seconds. And Monty's Blarg is just navigating the entire field all over the place. Able to make up some ground here. Both players leaving the midway point of this race around 4.5 minutes. Ooh, X6 chain from WiredWicky with multiple noodles, 15 seconds. That is really sound. That was a really safe approach, and it lucked out. 16 seconds for Monty, doing very nice work. Like Lunchfish and Raphael, again, generally demand more garbage than the other foes before them because they tend to clear things really fast. They're not even trying to chain either, not actively. Not unless you're dealing with garbage. Ooh, does Wiki have enough here? No. Okay, that one works. Wow, Wiki got bailed out there by Raphael, raising stack all the way to the top. Sub 6 minutes going into the cave for Wiki. Ooh, Monty's close. Trying to find some extra combos. And oof. Ooh, Raph's still going. Still going just a little bit longer. And greedy Raph going for a vertical red 5 combo. Just not happening even at this stage. I'm sorry, Raph. Just not the way things are supposed to be. So both players getting into the cave. Wiki's hookbill is running really low on panels. And again, so is Wiki, so finding the right stuff to top off hookbill is going to be a bit of a task. Monty finding a 5 chain with a couple of noodles. That's kind of standard for this stage. And 13 seconds for Monty's hookbill. Oh yes, that is definitely what you want to see. Just what Monty needed to try and pull away in this one. That is some good stuff. These later foes actually learn how to chain, and they can be pretty aggressive with figuring out those chains, especially through raising their stack. So you can get away at times with sending a little bit less garbage. Just a little bit less. Monty able to take advantage of that. And, oof. That piranha plant might be surviving just a little bit more. Wiki finally getting through hook build. Starting off with a good enough cave. But now the 23-second piranha plant, like, it's really hard to get those later stages in under 30 seconds. Those later foes just move so well. See if this follow-up chain from Wiki here is able to do anything to piranha plant. There's a chance that it'll work out eventually, but it's gonna take some time. Ooh, Kamek getting another garbage clear with a lot of garbage on screen, so that's gonna waste some time, and Kamek wastes his time trying to go to the top of the screen for a match. So yeah, Monty has pulled into a one-stage lead going into Bowser. Bowser has definitely shown to be one of the ultimate deciders in this matchup, in all of the tournament, really. So we'll see if Monty's able to pull out some magic here. A couple of intermediate-looking chains. You have to wonder if they're just a little too big, because the screen is shaking a lot. Oh, Monty doesn't quite have it all topped off yet, so that's going to be a little bit of a troll. Meanwhile, looks like the race between the second race between Phoenix and Yume has begun, and Yume getting through to Poochie before Phoenix can. And there we go. 47 seconds on a forced kill from Monty. 9:16 the final time, and Monty getting off to the 1-0 lead in the best of 3. But Wiki definitely holding his own here. Just now getting to Bowser. So showing to be a very formidable foe indeed. So don't sleep on Wiki as someone who could take that bottom matchup to a game 3. Bowser doing Bowser things as Bowser usually does. So that one's gonna be going on there for a while, as Wiki is treating us to Blarg sounds for this final battle. Actually waste time to pick anyone other than Yoshi, but for the final stages. But there are definitely people that do it for various reasons, and yeah, we're just here. So be surprised with that. So that was about 10:38, I believe, from Wiki. So definitely not a terrible time there. Meanwhile, Phoenix been having some whale of a time against Poochie here, and Yume is starting to pull away in this second matchup quite a bit. Now getting into Blarg, not on a necessarily great pace for Yume. It's just Phoenix has been getting off to a really slow start. Yume just making a very great work of various combos, throwing a lot of pancakes on the screen, the small garbage blocks. And the lead has basically gone up to 3 stages for Yume now. It's hard to believe that Yume's going to let off, especially after the 8:47 they posted in his first race. And it does look like soon the next race between Monty and Wiki will begin. Yume maintaining the 3-stage lead against Phoenix. See how Yume starts the approach on Raphael. Again, very, very deliberate starting the chain. Looked to be very solid if it hadn't been dropped just a bit earlier than Yume would have liked. And wow, that's actually quite a lot of noodles from Raphael to Yume, so had to be just a little bit careful not to get himself killed. Should be fine now. Let's see if ooh, Phoenix has Froggy pinned down though. That's always a good feeling. Even if the time isn't always the fastest, it's always a good feeling to rid your opponent of any options. And who knows what Raph was thinking there, as leads Yume to a 57-second victory, going into the Cave of Wickedness at around 6.5 minutes. Probably sub 10 still on the table for this one, but this has not been Yume's best effort, and I'm sure he would admit just as much. Oof, a death on Phoenix, and that's been one of the bigger stories from this matchup. Like Yume has been flowing through a lot of these stages. Nice sub 30 hook bill, and Phoenix has been running into a few rough spots, and actually losing a few stages. And against someone as skilled as Yume in finding combos with their chains, it's kind of hard to believe that you can afford to take a loss like that. But Phoenix is still trying, still fighting the good fight. You just can't give up. 13 seconds from Yume's Piranha Plant. Yume is cleaning up house in this cave. The cave can make a mediocre run good. It can make a good run great. It can make a good run awful. Like these foes get to be very unpredictable with what they are able to pull off. And this looks to be a by the book chain on Kamek. Kamek's lowering the stack. Continue to lower the stack. 17 seconds. That is wonderful. That is absolutely good. Yes, sub 10 minutes is still on the line. Still possible for Yume. Looking to go ahead and close out this match with Phoenix. Let's see what Yume does with Bowser. 4 chain, 5 chain. I'm not sure if 5 chain is actually a great idea against Bowser most of the time. Oh, there's a chain. Bowser's still lowering the stack. 24 seconds. 9:22, Yume's final time in that second race, and Yume will take that Group C match 2-0, moving on to a record of 2-0, moving Phoenix down to 0-3 in the group, and all all like just about all hope for bracket may feel a little bit lost there. Let's now that Monty and Wiki's second match has started, let's catch up with that one. Both players in Wiggler very close to each other. Wiki getting 16. Monty might be getting something good here. 21. So these two are definitely going to try and keep it neck and neck, just like they were in their first race. We would not expect anything less from these two. Ooh, Wiki dropped the first chain a little bit. Maybe Monty dropped the chain a little bit early too. Not as many good combos with that chain. So both players are going to have a little bit of work left to do. Oh good. Oh goodness. That goodness, Monty made up a lot of ground on Froggy, even with Froggy clearing a lot from his stack. So Monty will get off to a bit of an extended lead here. That's a lot of garbage to get cleared up. Oh, that's not going to end anytime soon, especially with the chains. Froggy making multiple chains. Oh, that's such a bummer. And will you look at that? 12 seconds. 12 seconds from Monty's blarg. Monty is trying to pull away from this one and advance to 3-0 in Group D, and basically putting all hope of a first place finish in the group out of reach for everyone else, which would have an impact on the seeding for the final bracket. So you still want to fight for that first place finish whenever you can. Force kill, 29 seconds. Not the fastest win, but definitely one of the most satisfying. 43 seconds for Wiki's blarg. Probably gonna need these last few stages to really mess Monty up. Oh, Monty dropped that a little bit early. Definitely wanted a little more there. And yeah, Raph's stack usually gets this low. That's why I usually recommend sending just a little bit more. And honestly, Monty's stack is looking a bit low and trying to counter what Raph's doing. So, raising stack, reloading, 32 seconds. Not terrible. Wiki is able to make up a little bit of ground on the lungefish. 22 seconds. Gonna need like 5 more of those to compete here. Monty is maintaining a 1-stage lead, looking poised to have another decently nice cave stage, have a nice cave run. 5 chain will definitely do wonders on that front. Although Hookbill is getting some chains, dealing with some garbage and dealing with flattening stack. Ooh. Oh. Hookbill's finding chains, so this is not immediate doom and gloom for Hookbill, but it was very short-lived. So yeah, Monty's been having some really solid cave stages in these 2 races. It's hard to find room for Wiki to come back with that kind of performance. And Wiki's Raphael just did not have a lot of panels on their side, but nice big chain from Wiki managed to remedy and fix most of that. 2 stages left for Monty. for Monty after that 15-second piranha plant. Monty's cave stage is absolutely amazing. Oh my goodness. Kamek now one of the bigger trolls in this run. How's Monty gonna get through this? 3 chain, bunch of noodles. This has to look good. As soon as Kamek will stop chaining. Oh, but those reds. Ugh. Yeah, Monty's gonna have to raise the stack a bit more. Spam some more combos. Get some more rows in. That has a chance to work. As soon as Kamek stops chaining. But Kamek's not getting around to everything here, so there's definitely hope. There's definitely hope eventually. This may be the break that Wiki needs. Oh, goodness gracious. Kamek, please! Kamek, get out of here! That X6 lag chain. Oh my goodness.
I just found some time to come back and help cards here, and yeah, I just came back at what a time it was with that 5 chain. That was absolutely absurd, and because of Kamek getting that, Wiki was down by 2 stages, and he's brought it back after a really quick hookbill stage and a pretty quick piranha as well.
Oh, that was absolutely amazing to watch. And this 5 chain with a bunch of combos has been pretty good to watch from Wiki as well. Like they're like Kamek is getting a bit low on their stack, so there's a chance that Wiki pulls ahead. And Wiki's Kamek doesn't have a lot of time to deal with anything, and Monty is just stuck in an endless spiral.
Yeah,
Wiki
and that will
be the first
eventually
Bowser.
be it. Yeah, Wiki, man, just this big troll that's been going on to Monty right now. It's completely turned the tides, and that's what Tetris Attack will do to you, man. No lead is safe, especially when you're on Kamek, and especially not Bowser. And who knows, Monty could still even mount this comeback here. It just all depends what Bowser's gonna do to Wiki now.
Yeah, it ain't over. It ain't over till it's over. The saying could not be more true here in V Hard. This is the ultimate decider. Oh, Wiki had a follow-up chain, and Bowser could not drop it immediately. Oh, goodness, Wiki, hold on there.
Bowser has the 2nd tier, though, and had that chain follow-up. It'll be really hard for him to react here, but it gives Monty a little bit of a chance. He goes for 2nd tier once again, but he has no stop time. Oh, he's still gonna get there! He still has time! What is this guy?
Oh, Monty has a 5 chain here. This might work. Oh, 10-12 for Wiki. Oof, Wiki will pull this into game 3. But Monty definitely showing a lot of grit after that unusually long Kamek stage. This might be close to it. Oof. Well, Wiki and Monty have been going back and forth the entire time. 10:45 looked like from Monty. That was still pretty solid. You can't be disappointed with a mid 10-minute time. So we know how these foes like to play. You've been seeing how these foes like to play. Like just look at Phoenix up there. 18, 19 minutes still on Bowser. Like these foes can get onto you for a really long time if you let them, and it takes a lot of practice to be able to find and execute all of the various combos and chains that you need in order to keep these foes busy enough to win all the time. This is definitely not one of easiest game modes out there, and you have to be able to you can't help but respect anyone that tries to play these modes fast and tries to go as fast as they reasonably can. Oof. Phoenix still not getting the kill. Oh, there it is. 20 minutes, 10 seconds. This is most certainly a game, and Phoenix just demonstrate how difficult it can be. But congrats on finishing. Not everyone is able to finish that mode at all. So good for him. Good for him for sticking to it. But yeah, unfortunately, Phoenix will fall to 0-3 in Group C. So the hopes of snagging one of the top 2 spots for automatic qualification to the final bracket are effectively gone. All right, we are getting the rubber match in this matchup between Monty and Wiki set up. But yeah, these players have been going back and forth each and every single stage, and I've been seeing a lot of success in these players when they take a little extra time to set up the initial chains. If you rush too quickly in this game, then your vision for seeing the necessary moves you might need to make could be a bit obscured. So this is one of those games where you have to be quick but don't hurry. Hurrying in this game can lead to a lot of waste. Those of you just joining us, you are watching the Tetris Attack V-Hard Speedrun Tournament 2018, brought to you by Puzzle General. We are in the round robin stage of the tournament, and this matchup going into its 3rd game in this best of 3 is a Group D matchup between 2-0 Monty and 1-0 WiredWicky. First place in the group is on the line, and both of these players have taken it to their absolute limits to make sure that they can grab that top spot. All right, looks like we are about ready to start off this last race of this match. And I expect both of these players to give it their absolute all. Lakitu, though, at the very beginning, trolls by not raising his stack, so more garbage is usually required against him. Both players kind of dropping the early chains, maybe a few nerves. It's hard to say. But both Lakitus are living. They are going to be living for extended periods of time. You cannot even slack off on the very first foe in this mode. especially from a speedrunning perspective. Lakitu is just generally so hard to optimize. Both of these players with 30-something second stages to start. It's just what Lakitu tends to do. Fortunately, these next several stages should be a bit more uniform in their behavior. And Monty was just a bit, just only slightly lacking in the opening garbage. Wiki also lucky to build up a follow-up. Monty still kept that to 20 seconds, as did Wiki. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. These players are maintaining a sub 10-second difference between the two of them. This is the kind of thing you expected from two players of this caliber. Again, not great starting chains from either of these competitors. They can't be happy with how their stages have started. Monty has been able to find quite a few follow-ups to clean up these stages. Oh, one more line, 24 and 28. Wiki crawling back to take a small edge after the first quarter of this run. Monty going through a bit more setup for this first chain and still not getting anything great. Wiki not getting anything much better. Like some of this performance is highly unusual for both of these players. So you have to wonder what's going through their minds as these stages are becoming a slog to get through, and they have to start wondering if the other player is hoping the other player is going through such issues. And it just so happens both players are struggling a little bit, though this 4-chain from Monty will be enough for 13 seconds. That's the pick. That's gotta be the pick-me-up that Monty needs. And hopefully, Wiki has the short-term memory of a goldfish to forget that 112 wiggler he just had. Certainly can't be an easy thing to go through especially after the first two races in this match were so hotly contested. Again, though Monty not quite getting the good enough first chain. This second chain's also going to be a bit dicey. Monty needs a few more combos. That might do it. Oh, that's a lot of spam. It's just not coming. It's just not building quickly enough. So it's gonna be a bit of a while. Oof. More garbage clears. That's what Wiki needs. Wiki now pulling into the same stage. 55 seconds, finally getting through. Wiki finally getting a good chain. X6, only one noodle though. Building up more noodles, more combos. Ooh, just not enough there. Again, Monty's opener, not great. He wishes he could have that one back. But Lunchfish is running a bit low. Oof. Managed to have the room to raise the stack one row before being bombarded with Monty's follow-up. Can Wiki do this stage better? 5-chain, 6-chain with 3 noodles. 15 seconds. Just what Wiki needed. Made up all of that ground. Now looking to take about... looks to be about a 4-second lead. Getting into Raphael the Raven. And yeah, Raphael usually demands bigger chains. Wiki did not quite make the bigger chain at first, but this 4 chain will help a little bit. Looks to be still some work to do. One more line. Oh no, not one more line. And just like that, the seesaw battle continues. Monty getting out of Raphael at 6.5 minutes, heading into the cave. Raph showing Wiki some mercy and allowing Wiki to fall in close behind. Now these foes know how to chain. Now your chains have to be even more on point, because you will be punished extra hard for not chaining properly in the very beginning. Hookbill dealing with a really high stack. Finding some very nice chains. Oh! Hookbill for Wiki running out of time. That 18 seconds will let Wiki take the lead right back. This is not gonna this is not gonna be decided anytime soon. There's still 2 to 3 stages left. Finally getting through 52 seconds for Monty. I see a 4 chain for Wiki. Didn't see too many combos of that chain. That's not enough. This follow-up looks good. 5 chain. That is safe. That is extra safe. And that big chain makes the screen shake a bit more when it lands. But it's just safe, and it's 28 seconds of safe. You'll definitely take that. Does Monty's follow-up gonna be good here? For Piranha Plant. Oh, just making an extra follow-up. So all the garbage isn't falling timely. Definitely something you have to worry about, especially in this area of the game. 29 seconds there. Wiki's Kamek working on X5. Maybe wanted to make that a little bit bigger, especially with the lack of combos. Ooh. Kamek does find a garbage clear. And finds a chain off of the garbage. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's gonna be the break Monty needs here. Wiki rebuilding his chain to an X6. Oh, Monty's chain might not be good enough in the face of this X5. Wiki does get through. 36 seconds going into Bowser. But we've seen how Bowser can do. We've seen how Bowser does everyone dirty. So this is not over for Monty yet. Oh, but oh, Kamek's gonna get the chain. Kamek dropped a bit of a chain. What's Wiki doing with Bowser? X6. Extra combo spam. How long will Bowser keep up this chain? Bowser is definitely messing up a bit of this chain. Just okay. Oh jeez. Oh. Oh no. I don't know what else to say anymore. This match has been so closely contested. Still not doing it. Bowser's low on stop time. That's it. WiredWicky with a 10-11 in race 3 takes this matchup 2-1 and takes the lead in Group D. Oh man, Monty was so close the entire way. This was well fought from both competitors. 10-41 for Monty as Bowser's cursor disappeared. And yeah, that was quite the match all the way around. Monty will be falling to 2-1 in the group. And that is a result that not everyone expected, especially with the near minute in the difference between these players' personal bests on the favor of Monty. But I know Monty hasn't been playing this game near as much recently as Wiki likely has. So that may have been a reason for his downfall today.